Hello and welcome to this to the fifth scenario of the Dunwich Legacy. We're going to be playing Udimensioned and Unseen with Jacqueline Fine and Nathaniel Cho. Let's just take a look at what I did from the last game. So for Jacqueline, we added Professor Warren Rice as a story asset. And then for her experience points, I used the 2 free ones from Arcane Research to upgrade Shriveling to level 5. So this is our only permanent attack spell. I also bought Diana Esperance, an ally, and her power is that we can put a spell under her, a spell event under her, and then we can use the secrets on her to play this card. We still have to pay for it, but we can play it 3 times instead of once. And she has a nice damage choke, which could be good for us here. And then I bought a Charisma, just to have the allies out. So that's for her. And over here I did the same as I did last. I bought a 1-2 punch for 5 experience points, and a mano for 1. And this is going to be stuck along with clean them out. And I get over here in the stick to the plan. We also added the Sibyllon, just for the sanity soak, the horse soak. So let's draw our hands. Let's see what we get. I don't need that. We don't need the Promise of Power to begin with. I don't think I want olives to begin with either. So let's get 3 more cards. That seems reasonable. We got a 6th Sense, which can be very useful. We got a boost for our head stat. I think that's good. And over here, we get, let's see, I think I'm going to keep Sibyllon for the Horror Soak and throw out everything else in the hope of getting, no, because I'm card draw. We want to get the boxing gloves as quick as possible. We could have bought a stick to the plan event and put it here and hope for the best with that, but he can deal with things himself. I know we're going to be starting at Dunwich Village, so let's just put us here. So for the scenario, your search of the village of Dunwich has uncovered a number of documents, journal entries, and esoteric theories. Reading through these materials leave you exhausted and emotionally drained. Most of the content was written by a single source, a man named Seth Bishop, who I would guess that he would be the brother of the man we killed in the last episode, turned into a monster. When you ask around town, you learn that Seth is a citizen of Dunwich. Along with several others, Seth had witnessed firsthand the devastation wrought by the events of the Dunwich Horror, as Armitage had dubbed the incident. Curiously, since that time, very few people have seen Seth around town, and those who did claimed his eyes had been bloodshot and his face sweaty and pale. You don't doubt that somebody who has seen what Seth has seen would appear nervous or paranoid. But the more you read of his frantic and unhinged writings, the more you believe he is involved in the recent events. His writings speak of having gathered the remains and of using arcane methods to imbue the father's essence into other creatures and eventually into other people. The explanation and diagrams that follow are unfathomably complex and defy understanding. Before you are able to find Seth and confront him, several men and women from the village approach you in panic. It's back, one of them wails, as you recognize him as Curtis Waitley of the Undecayed branch. Whatever it was that killed them fries, it's back, up and smashed the bishop's home like it was made of paper. Curtis and the other townsfolk are clamoring amongst themselves, raising their voices in panic. And now we have to choose if we want to calm them down or we try to warn them and try them to evacuate. And I think the best thing we can do as a person is to tell them to evacuate. So let's go with part 2. You warn the townsfolk that they are in grave danger and urge them to flee Dunwich while they can. Several of them immediately heed your advice, remembering the terrible monstrosity that had previously endangered the town. Curtis drops to his knees in despair, sweating furiously. It's that thing again, ain't it? It's come back for us. Curtis stutters. I hope you got some of that powder the old professor had last time. We couldn't even see the damn thing until he sprayed it. To this day, I wish I hadn't seen it at all. Something must be done to stop the monstrous rampage, but if the documents you found are true, there are many more than one such creature on the loose. And we have to record that we warned the townspeople. For the setup, let's just do this first. We don't have a tablet in here, but everything else is correct. So we have to gather everything, which we did, and then we have to put one of each of these into play. So shuffle, shuffle, grab one, shuffle, shuffle, grab one, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Six cards, and we have to randomize some movement, so we're going to use this deck to randomize movement with. And we started at Dunwich Village. There is a quote from the Dunwich Horror here. It is always a relief to get clear of the place and to follow the narrow road around the base of the hills and across the level country beyond until it rejoins the Aylesbury Pike. Afterward, one sometimes learns that one has been through Dunwich. And there are some clues here. 3 clues and 2 shroud. We can resign, and we can move around the brutes. So with that done, if there are one of your names, we only had 1 sacrifice. We have to spawn a brute at the Cold Spring Glen and at the Blasted Heat. So this is the Blasted Heat. It's the wrong one. Here. And these creatures are massive. They have 3 health, and they can only be damaged using the ability and the esoteric formula, which we don't have. And the other one will be here at the Cold Spring Glen. So we have to figure out how to deal with them. We have to put the esoteric as formula aside out of play. It's in here. We can put the powder we got in the last interlude into play. Powder. Okay. And then, because we've seen too much, we have to search the weakness deck for a madness, what did it say? A madness, an injury, or a pact. Now to the deck. So for Jacqueline, that's a pact. It's a bad one, actually. We can probably deal with it. It's one that's going to get worse every time it's drawn. But with a little luck, because we're late in the game. Right, it was a pact, right? Yeah. It might not be a problem. And here's a curse. Here's a pact to the gates. So you have to draw the top card. And then we have to search your deck and discard pile for a second card if we have one, and then we remove them from the game, which could be, horrible. Could be really bad. So, okay, and then we shuffle the deck, and we can start. The agenda says: rampaging creatures, reports of terrifying entities wreaking havoc across the countryside have caused the citizens of Dunwich to panic, whereas the creatures seem to be invisible to the naked eye. And it says that at the end of the enemy phase, we have to move the brutes randomly. So we use these card piles to do it. And it has a threshold of 5. And over here, Saracenic script. The monsters tearing through Dunwich County are immune to traditional weapons. Only by reciting a particular incantation can the creatures be defeated. First, you must search the ruins of Wilbur Whately's home in order to find the final sections of the Otherworldly script. And we have to spend 4 clues at the Whately ruins to deal with this. So I see. We might also look here. It's -1 for each brute in play if you draw a skull. With the cultists, we have to reveal another token, and if we fail, we take a horror. And for the elder thing, it's a -3. And if it's an attack or evasion against a brute, it attacks us. So it's probably, this scenario is, as far as I remember, this is one of the scenarios that people really, really dislike because of the brutes and the way they work. So let's see how it goes. So we had this in play, and there would be 4 tokens because we saved 4 P. We can place clues on exhausted brutes. So let's see. What do we have to play? I think we're starting out by playing these 2s. Crystal Pendulum for 2 and 6 cents for 3. No, not 6 cents. The ropes for 2. There's 2 actions. And I don't really want to get 2 brutes in my face. So let's minimize the risk of that by going over here. We can lure the monster into the rain. Place 1 clue from the token bank on an abomination enemy in 10 Acre Meadow. At the end of the round, remove 1 clue from that enemy. So you can use this to put 1 clue on a brute here. And then over here, we're going to be playing Zebulon for 3. So we have a little bit of a test. And let's see. Then let's move over here, stay together, and draw a card. And then we will go to the enemy phase. So we will randomize where this one is going. So either Dunwich or the Devil's Hub. It'll be the Devil's Hub. I'm just going to randomize until we get a location that's okay. So this walks over here. And this can go to Dunwich, 10 Acre, or Whately. It will go to Dunwich. Well, at least we're a little bit safer. We'll do upkeep. A word of protection will be nice. And a vicious blow. We'll put a doom on here. It's 5 here. We'll shuffle this. Draw a card. It's a towering beast peril. Attached to a brute of your exhausted enemy in play. That enemy, if that enemy's location takes 1 damage, it gets +1 fight and health. Well, let's put it on this one. And here, the creature's track peril. You must either choose take 2 horror or spawn the creature. I think we can deal with the 2 horror right now. I'm just going to, well, we can just put them in. Because we don't want any more spawns out right now. It's complicated enough as it is. So for the third thing here, we are going to be, for the first action, we're going to be using the ropes to play the 6 cents for 1. It's a spell, so we can use it to play 1 cheaper. Then we'll investigate here. And we'll use our ability to draw 3. Let's see, we're at 5, so we have to cancel. I was hoping that we could use this to investigate over here with the 6th sense, but nope. We'll just cancel these 2 and then take this clue. And then let's take a walk over here, so we only risk the wrath of 1 of these creatures. There are 4 clues. We get -1 head here. And we can test book to move a brute away, or anywhere we want to. Directions. Over here, let's put this up here. And let's play this one. So we can buff our head stat. And let's follow her. For the second, and then let's get a resource, because we have some resource cards to get. Let's see where these goes. This can go to Blasted, 3-Acre Meadows, or Coldspren. So you can't go there. It goes to Blasted Heat, so it will go up here. And this one can go to Dunwich. Do they have to move? Yeah, towards a random location. We just have to pull the first one. Right, so it had to go to Dunwich. Let's just take it like that. So that actually had to go. It's the shortest road to Dunwich. We'll get a Doom. We'll get a card. If there are no investigators at the same location as a brood, you can search. So nothing happens. Yeah. So it's at Rotting Remains. So test had 3. So it's 6 to 3. We make it and take no damage. And actually we get -1 here, so we're at 5. So, and over here, it's the same. Rules of Distraction. We get a Lupine Trowel. Spawns furthest away from us. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it must go to the Dunwich, I think. Could also go up here. Let's just put it at the Dunwich. And then let's deal with this. Oh, I think no, we have to spend 4 clues here. And yeah, that's just a fast action when nothing else is set. We forgot. Yeah, no, we didn't forget. We forgot to do an upkeep. So it's just Promise of Power and a mano. So I think over here we're going to be doing some investigation. So we're rather safe here right now. Let's do a 5 to that we're using. Of course, we're using 6th sense, and we're doing a 5 to 2. So that's 1. That's a 3 to 2. So that's 1 success. That's a -2. So that's a 3 to 2. Success. And the last one, a -3. So that's a 2 to 2. So that's also a success. And what I should have done when I pulled the skull was I should have said I was also investigating over here, but you know, we only have 3 clues here, which will allow us to spend 4 clues. So let's do that. So it says, so Armitage survived. So we have to read the top part. There, Armitage sighs a breath of relief, jotting down the last phrase of the formula. I have translated the last of it. He shudders as he hands you the script, the words conjuring forth memories of his battle with the creature. I hope this is the last time I'll have to read it, he admits. But if we do nothing, the end result will be much worse. Each investigator puts into play one set aside esoteric formula. And it did say put into play. So let's put it here. We'll take a look at what it's doing afterwards. And we can put it in the hand slot here because we don't need one. So this says fight. You use your head instead of a fist. You get +2 for the attack for each clue on the attacked enemy. Use this ability only on abomination enemy. So this probably makes we're at 4 here. And we're at 7 here if we're not at this location. So this would probably we can probably deal with these guys. They only have a fight of 6. But we have ways to put in clues on them here over here if we can exhaust them, which will probably be problematic. And here it says they must be destroyed. With the formula in hand, you finally have the means to destroy the creatures wreaking havoc in Dunwich, but only if you can survive long enough. So it's asking us to try to beat as many of the brutes as we can. And there's 5 of them in all. So that will be interesting. Yeah, not the best odds for killing those things. They do have 3 life. Let's see what happens. She's done here. This is a place to put on clues on it. We could go down to the cold spring. But these are going to move this or that way. So I think we'll just let's grab a card. That's a steadfast. Let's get in 2 resources because we need to be able to boost our head, which means we actually, I think Nathaniel will be able to deal with this. I forgot we had this. Let's grab 1 more resource because that's probably going to be our main way of dealing with this. So with that done, this one will hunt toward us, so it will go over here. And it will hunt towards... yeah, we're both the target of it, so... And for the first brute, it will move here to the Devil's Harp. That's the bad one of them. And the second brute will move towards the 10-acre meadows. 1, 2, 3. So this is the quickest way to that place. I think we might want to go to deal with this as the first thing, perhaps. So we'll do our upkeep. And we get the cursed follower who will spawn 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's put it here. And we have to remember to put the curse tokens in. And over here, we get some boxing gloves, which we don't really need right now. So the steadfast is going to be great, and that is going to be great. So let's hope that's enough. We add a doom. We'll draw a card. This is the one that blanks out allies, which is not really a problem right now. And this is test your head. We are at 3, and we get +1 from this. Let's just say we are at 5. +1 -1, so we're at 5. That's a -3, so we failed by 1. And I think we'll just stick it here. Okay. I think we should try to deal with this thing up here and risk it. So let's take a walk up here with Jacqueline as the first action. Yeah, I think we can deal with this perhaps. We do have to remember to eat these clues. Let's be smart and exhaust this creature. So let's use the first removed, and then we're going to try to evade it using the promise of power. And I think we're going to use Jacqueline's power for this. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So we get a 0, so we're succeeding. We add we should have added this first actually. So let's 1, 2, 3, and pick the 0. So this will be tap, well, exhausted. Can't say tap because then Wizard of the Coast will will come after you. And this has how much fight? It has 7 fight. Let's add. These should be clues actually, not. Let's add 2 clues to it. This is right now. This is the worst one we have. So we add 2 clues. So that will give us +4 to attack it. And then let's use Jacqueline's power to. We're going to attack it. She has 6, and every clue gets a +2. So we're at 10 to 7. 10 to 7. Let's draw another token. That's a -2, so we're at 8 to 10, 8 to 7. So we'll damage this thing. With our last action here. And then Nathaniel is going to go up here. And he's going to. So right now this is at 7. We are at 8. So let's go to 10. So 7 to 7. So we hit it the first time, we move and attacked. And let's do the same thing once more. And we hit it again. So that's 2 more damage. But remember, this has 3 health. So with that done, it is the monster phase. This one will go over here because that's the quickest way. This one won't do anything. No, and this one here will move towards. Let's say it has to be a location that isn't the one it's at. So it shall move towards this. The cursed followers, and we have to remember this, is adding a curse token to the back. Oh, we forgot this. We should be checking this. It's a 6-3 chest. So we can discard this, who blanks out the allies. Okay, so enemy's done. We can do the upkeep. Draw this hot card of a deck. It's the guard dog. So we have to search for the other one. And it will be out of the game. That's okay. That's okay. Without a Doom, we're at 4. We'll draw a card here. There is a one here. This is going to hurt. So if there's no same location at Brutish Excited, we're just going to get searched. Otherwise, each investigator at the same location. I think we're going to cancel this, because this will probably deal 3 damage to us here. I think we're going to cancel it. We have to remember the trauma. We'll pay 1 resource to play Word of Protection and cancel this text. And over here, we get a Whippoorwill. That's annoying. But we only need to deal it 1 more damage. So we can probably deal with the Whippoorwill first. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll probably try to deal with the Whippoorwill first. This one is also untapped now. So we'll engage this. Right now we are fighting at a 4-4. Let's add. Sorry, against my one. So we're fighting at a 5-2 right now. Let's do that. -4. So that will reduce us to. We were at 5. We'll get to 1. It has 2. So, and we'll probably take 1 horror from this, right? Yeah. And we can remove 2 of the curse tokens. We'll have to hit it again. 5-2, 4-2, 6-2. Yeah, we'll deal it deal 1 damage. And that's just how it has to be. And over here, so right now we're at a 7-6, a 6-7. So let's get to an 8-7. Let's get to a 9-7, and then use this. And then let's cancel this and this, so we can draw a card from canceling this one. And we'll deal 1 damage to this one here. So it will go to 4. We'll throw this into victory display. And at least we got 1 of these. These are just out. And this will go to the discard pile. Then let's try to get some clues, because they seem to be useful, useful. So we attack it and kill it. We'll try to get a clue. We draw a star, which means it's a success. And let's just do it again. A -1, which is also a success. we'll just let Nathaniel deal with this thing. So let's just get 2 resources and play the boxing gloves. Then in the enemy phase, let's move this this first. It will move towards the blasted heat, so it will move back here. This will attack us, and I think you will put it on Nathaniel. It's going to deal 1 and 1. We'll hit it back by exhausting this and playing the... oh, I didn't put a counter in here. I have one in my hand, right? Yeah, a counter punch. So we're at 7-4. So we are 5-4. We'll spend his ability and deal this thing 2 damage. And then this thing will add a curse token. We'll upkeep. We get her weakness. Upkeep. Get Scenes of Crime. Could be useful. We're probably going to have to deal with this one now. Will probably be the smartest thing to do. But first, this is going to ding up. So it says, an old pickup truck rolls to a stop along the weathered trails of Dunwich. The driver, Joe Osborne, calls out to you through the shadowed drive side window. The truck's engine still running. It's over at Eric's farm, he shouts. Dunn blasted their place apart. Poor Henry and Martha. You ask Osborne for the location of the Eric's homestead, and he confirms your worst fear. For that attack to have occurred recently, there must be more than one monster on the loose. Shuffle the encounters got piled into the encounter deck. Spawn one at a random location. So this will go back in here. Random location. It's going to be at the Devil's Hop Yard. So it pops out in our face. We can keep this ready here. Well, that solves what we're going to do here. And we did get some clues, right? So yes. So we can put them on here. That's great. Let's just get rid of this too. And they once in a while, yeah. So it's just a quote from the Dunwich Horror, and they still just move once towards a location. Yeah. We'll shuffle it good. We'll draw a card. So we can't play assets or skills the next turn. That's going to be okay. And over here. Now we're going to take the damage. So we both have to test. We can't use Jacqueline's power right now, so a +1. She actually managed to deal with it and doesn't take any damage. That's great. And for Nathaniel, a +1. Wait, okay. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're undeservedly lucky. So it's us. We'll start with Jacqueline, who will activate this fast action to put the 2 clues she has on this thing here. Which is a once per game, so let's just put this on to notify that we did it. And then, right now we are at a 10 because it has 2, 10 to 6 because of the pendulum. So let's fight once. -3, that's enough. So it's only the auto fail who will do something here. This is still right. It attacks us. So we hit it, but it attacks us. So we'll take 1 damage, 2 horror, and place 1 damage here. We can always use deny. Oh wait, actually, let's put it here, because then we can use deny existence if it attacks us again to heal. But it's still 7 to 6, and for the last one, it's -2, so it's 8 to 6. So that's going to be 3 damage, which is enough to slay it. It has 3 lives, right? Yeah. The clues goes away. This also goes away. And we can put this in the victory display. That's pretty awesome. And then we'll use her ability to draw 5 tokens here. And no, we don't have to add the 2 more, so we just have to draw the Elder Sign to avoid not being able to cancel things. And this goes away. We didn't play anything. And over here, we're going to hit this thing once at a 7 to 4. I actually think we might as well use this because we're under that enemy miss. So we get 2 resources and a 5 to 4, so that's 1 damage. So let's send this back to the abyss. And then we'll walk over here and hope this thing isn't going. Can we take it if we need to be? Yeah, we can. We also have this. Maybe we don't want to. Let's spend 1 action to move over here. There are 2 clues, and if you end your turn here, you take 1 damage. So we're not going to do that. How many resources do we have? We have 3. So let's use the player window here. Yeah, let's use the player window after Hunter enemies move to play get over here and pick a non-elite enemy that's 2 locations, so up to 2 locations away, this one, and have it engage with us by the card, and then we attack it at 7 to 2, and that's still just 5. We have to pull 1 out of it, the cultist. And we can spend our power to deal it 2 damage and send it away. So this is used. And then we have to move the spawn here. So it goes to weekly, so it will go over here. And this had to be reset to 0 when this triggered. Wow, I think I always feel that I'm cheating. So if you end up watching this video and you see I'm cheating, then please tell me, because this seems to be a lot of very easy compared to. Let's see. We dealt with that, and we moved forward and back. So let's just and this moved, so it's our upkeep phase. A Rite of Seeking could be useful, and Randall could be really useful because we're running out of Cebulan. Let's put a Doom on. Let's draw a bad card. If there are no abominations in play, that's not correct. Choose an abomination and heal all damage from that enemy and attach this to it. When you enter the occasion, you take 1 horror. So this one is now a bad one, but at least it didn't heal stuff. And over here, get an avian trowel. If you attack it with ranged firearms and spells, it gets -3 fight. It is kind of annoying. You could probably just smack it in the face. We also have to remember that we have to be down here to resign. I think we could possibly kill one more of these, at least. So we'll have to deal with this thing. Do we have a card to attack with? No, we don't really. I could 1-2 punch it because it's useless against the others. So that's, yeah, let's just do that. Let's do 1-2 punch. It will be played from here. 2 resources. The first attack will deal 2 damage. It just counts as a successful attack. And then we fight with +3, so it's 10 to 5, which is enough. And this attack deals 2 more damage, so it gets plenty of damage. It only has 4 life. So we'll send it. It doesn't spawn anywhere strange. So that's 1 action. Then let's take a stroll over here and a stroll over here. We can deal with that 1 damage. And she's going to move here and here. She can also deal with the attack by using this. And then we'll do an investigation and we'll use her power to draw 3 tokens. So we'll cancel this, draw a card, and cancel the -2. I was hoping to get some clues from elsewhere too. So that was us. Let's see where this thing is going. It's going to Dunwich. So it enters and we take 1 horror. And then it attacks. I wonder if we can even exhaust it. It attacks us. Let's see, how do we want to deal with this? Do we want to keep him for 1 more turn? I haven't seen any direct horror. So, yeah, let's keep him for 1 more turn. It's not the best place to be, but we can probably deal with it. And when this attacks us, we're going to be playing our Deny Existence. We ignore the attack, which will deal damage and horror. And then we heal that amount. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can deal with this thing. So there is the thing about if we can exhaust it, we could. I don't think we can exhaust it, to be honest. I should have played this card a long time ago. So we are basically betting on. We can't get any clues on it. There is 1 foot. Do we have any wilds? We have wild here. So what are our chances to attack it? So this will be a +2 head, which will bring us to 6, and we don't have any resources to boost it up. So we can get to 8. But that would remain. That would also sacrifice the dodge. And over here, it has 3 foot. Can I play a spell to do anything interesting? I actually think that this is probably the point where we resign, because we have really, really bad odds for hitting it. Over here we would have to hit it twice, and again we are at 4. We are at 6, so we could do that once. This is only exhausted, right? Yeah. We can see if we happen to trigger an attack, Nathan will go down. Which would be problematic. Oh, we forgot our upkeep phase, did we? Oh yeah, this moves into us at the enemy phase. Okay, we have to do the upkeep first. With protection. A monster slayer with it. Maybe we can deal with it. Maybe we can. We'll put on a doom. We'll draw a bad card. We'll take 1 damage. And this is now 4 life. And we get a frozen fear. Yeah. I think it's sad, but I think that's the way it is. So how can we handle a hit? We can handle a hit. So let's just do this. Let's play Delve Too Deep for 1 resource. We'll tank an attack from the creature. We'll draw a card. We'll test it and deal with it. We'll put this in the victory display. So that's and then we'll resign, and we'll resign. I don't think there is with having 4 life and it dealing horror damage. I think that Nathaniel is just going down now. We could possibly have dealt with 3 life, but we can't deal with 4. So let's see what's happening now. So this will be a resign. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned. Go to resolution 1. You did all you could to stop the rampaging monsters, but there were more of them than you realized, and you weren't able to slay them all. Exhausted and terrified, you retreat to Several's home and hope to survive the night. In your campaign log, we are going to record that 3 brutes escaped to the wild. We remove the powder, and then we gain 3 experience points. So that's it. I'll see you for the next one. Have a nice day.